This video is the first one of a series of videos that is going to show you how to create a fish eating game on Scratch. So the first thing we need to do is to start looking at what our sprites are and what we can put onto our stage. So just reminding you, this is the coding area, or the features. This is the coding where you actually put the code together. This is the stage to show you what's happening, and this is our list of sprites, which are the action figures, if you like, that are going on in the game. Now, we want to make a new project. We want to call it fish eating. So we get rid of Scratch project. We call it fish eating. Now, we don't want anything to do with the cat. We're not having the cat eat the fish. So we need to get rid of this sprite. So we come down here to sprites. You'll see the little dustbin there, and we can click that and our sprite disappears. Now immediately there's nothing in here. So the first thing we need to do is to get a sprite. And in this case, we're going to click on the little cat face here and choose a sprite. Click it. We're going to animals, and you can either do the search, which I will. I'm looking for a shark, and there's the shark that we want. You see it's an animated GIF. We'll click that, and that puts our shark there. We'll just rename this to Shark, not Shark 2. And that's our first step on putting our sprites together. The next thing we need to do is to get it to move. And the way we do that is by programming it. Now, to make sure you're programming for the right thing, we're going to be programming for the shark, which is our sprite here. You'll notice that the shark appears grayed out in the corner of the coding area. This tells you that you're writing a program for the shark, and that's what we want to do. Okay, and this is how we're going to get it to move. Well, we have to have an event, and this green flag starts our program. That's our go. So in our events over here, we click that and we drag across. When the green flag is clicked, we are going to first of all change the size because this is too big. So we're going to change the size. So we go to looks and we go to change, or set size rather, and we're going to set size to 70% of what's there. So that'll make it a bit smaller. We then want to control, we then want to set up our forever loop. In other words, this happens over and over again. And then we want to have it moving. So we go to our motion, and the first thing we want is to point towards the mouse pointer. So what this will do is wherever we move our mouse, the shark will go. And then we want it to move 5 steps. Don't want it to go too far, but 5 steps is enough at a time. So as we move our mouse pointer around, the shark will follow. And then wait. So that goes into control. We're going to wait. Why are we waiting? Because then it's not flying all over the screen like a mad shark. It is moving a bit more slowly because it has to wait in between each one. So we're putting 0.101 seconds, about a tenth of a second each time. So it looks like a more smooth method. Let's have a see if that actually works. So I'm going to click on this, the green, and then you'll see as I move my mouse around, the shark follows me, which is exactly what I want. So that's good. The next thing we need to do is to create some fish. Now, this is a little bit different in that the fish, we want to create a sprite, but we actually want to get a file from somewhere else. It's not in the Scratch library. I've now moved over to Simon, and what I can do here is look at my menu. Yours will look a little bit different than mine, but you'll have my classroom lessons, and you'll also have your class resources. So if you click on class resources and topic resources, we're looking at the introduction program at the moment. And then if we go to curriculum documents and to media, we've got a picture of a yellow fish here. We want to download that. So click on download, which it does. That's now in our downloads folder. So we can get this and put it into our sprite. So now I'm going to choose a sprite, but this time I'm going to upload a sprite instead of getting it from the library. I go to my downloads folder. Where are we? And I can see a yellow fish GIF. If I double click that, then suddenly a sprite appears here. It's a yellow fish. Okay, you can see the shark behind it. And this is way too big, so we're going to have to change this. So we click on the yellow fish. We can now see that the yellow fish is here, and we're going to rename this. Where are we? It's called yellow fish, so we don't have to rename it. And then we're going to set up the movement of the yellow fish. So to do that, we have to start with our events. When that's clicked, the green, so when we start the game, we set the size. So again, it's going to be our looks, and we set the size. Here it is here. I'm going to set the size to 15%, so it's going to make it a lot smaller. We then put our forever in, our forever in under control. And then what we want to do is we want it to turn it around so it sort of turns around as it moves in a bit of a random way. The way we do that is to go to motion, and we're looking at turn. So we're turning clockwise, and we don't want it to set a particular degrees. We want a random. So if we have a look at operators, we can see pick random, and it's going to be from -10 degrees, -10 to +10 degrees. And as we do that, we want it to move, go into motion, and 3 steps. If it's on the edge, in other words, if it's hit the side, we want it to bounce off and go somewhere else. And you'll see down here, it says if on edge, bounce. So if it's touched the edge, it'll bounce off it. And again, we want it to wait that little bit of time so that it looks like a more smooth motion, and that's 0.01 seconds. All right, so if we run the game now, let's have a look. See, that's so much smaller, and that's bouncing off the edges, and our shark is following us as we go.